Hello everyone, welcome back to the 1086 series. I had the wife come out and we checked that alternator, and it wasn't kicking in until 1500 RPMs, and I just wasn't happy with that. I feel like it should be charging a little bit even at idle. So I'm going to keep following the problem a little bit. I already followed the harness back to a connector under the cab here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's that kind of clear one there. Clean that connector up and put dielectric grease on it. And then basically what I'm going to do is I want to follow the rest of that harness. I don't have a wiring schematic for this tractor yet. So I'm going to take this floor cover off here. I pulled the floor mat out, and then I'm going to take this floor cover off so I can figure out where that harness goes. I'm sure it goes up to the key switch at some point, because I'm sure that's where that is getting its power from. Is obviously when you turn the key on, it gets that exciter power. So we're going to pull this off. Obviously, one of my goals with this is to kind of clean this thing up. So I'm going to vacuum out the interior and everything, and we're going to get it to Dad in as good a shape as we can get it. So I'm going to get this panel off here. Hopefully none of these screw heads are rounded out, and I'm probably going to put bolts back in there just for preventative, so the next time somebody has to take it apart, they don't have to deal with these frickin' screw heads. But first I'm going to get the shop back out and just vacuum the inside of this cab out. Alright guys, so I basically traced the wire on the alternator here through the harness, through that connector, and then into the dash. And what I found was there's a ceramic resistor in here that eventually ends up at. And that ceramic resistor is what's causing it to not have full voltage right away. For whatever reason, it's got 12 volts solid on one side, and the other side of that resistor's got continuity with the terminal on this plug under here that goes to the alternator. So I know that I'm on the right wire, but I'm not sure why that resistor is there. And like I've said before, unfortunately I don't have an operator's manual for this tractor yet, or a service manual for this tractor yet, so I'm uncertain of what exactly is supposed to be there. That's obviously not the original resistor. There is one on that fuse panel up there, but I just ohmed that one, and that one does not have continuity. So that resistor must indeed be bad, but I'm not sure why this other resistor is in here and if it's even needed. That may very well be part of an older charging system prior to the alternator that's on here. I don't know if these tractors originally had generators or if they originally had a alternator where that stuff wasn't built into it, but I need to find out if I can get this resistor out of here or not. That's going to be my next step. I've called a professional, and I'm waiting to hear back from him and see what he says. But that's kind of where we're at right now, and I'll let you know what I find. Alright guys, I got to the bottom of the charging system deal. I talked to my boss. He's an old IH guy, so he knows just about everything there is to know about him. And I did confirm that that resistor was the problem, that ceramic one. So the fix is going to be replacing the plug here with just a pigtail that you can get at any auto parts store or anything like that for a GM alternator. And it's got basically a resistor built into it. And this plug needs to be replaced anyways, so I think that's like a $3 piece, and that's going to fix our charging issue. So that's basically all there was to it. Simple fix for what could have been a little bit more expensive problem. New alternator was like 150 bucks. I had brought one home, but I didn't install it, so thankfully I can return that, and that's about all there is to it. So that's the end of that. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and check back for more.